Hello and welcome to the Maynooth University Open Day. You're very welcome and thank you for joining us. You obviously have an interest in QQI entry to Maynooth University, or you're doing a PLC course at the moment, or you're researching QQI as an entry route. My name is Sheila Purcell and I work in the admissions office of Maynooth University, and during the summer my job is the allocation of places to QQI students. So I hope you'll get some information over the next 15 minutes or so from these slides. So the first thing I have here is a slide, a summary slide, just saying what I'm going to be talking with you through for the next 10 minutes or so. First of all, we're going to discuss, I suppose, the different terminology. PLC, QQI, FETAC, various different terms are used, so we'll discuss what's the difference. Is there any difference? We'll talk about which Maynooth courses have QQI entry routes and how do you find that information out. We'll discuss which QQI courses are actually eligible. Not every course you can do in QQI will be eligible for the course you might want at Maynooth, so we'll have a look at that. We'll talk about how many places are reserved for QQI applicants across different courses, and of course how can you apply as a QQI student, what's the method for that, and then what kind of results do you need and how do you get offered a place. So thanks very much for your attention over the next few minutes. So to start off with the different terminology, you may be used to using the term PLC, post-leaving cert, or you may have heard the term QQI, or even indeed FETAC. So what is the difference? Well, PLC is a general term called post-leaving cert, and it's a course you would do maybe at level 6 or level 5 in your local college of further education after your leaving cert, or indeed maybe you didn't do a leaving cert. And that's fine too. So the awarding body is actually called the QQI, is the awarding body. So nowadays the general term is a QQI course. It used to be called FETAC and some people still call it FETAC, but actually the correct terminology these days is a QQI. So throughout this presentation, I'll be referring to the QQI course, and whether you're doing a QQI course at level 5 or level 6, both are acceptable, so neither matters once you have completed either a level 5 or a level 6 course. So you could indeed be a student who's looking to the future, just doing some research and thinking about taking a QQI course in the future, and that's great because this might give you a basis for how to maybe research the course that suits you, and that links in with the course you then want in university. Or you might be already doing a QQI course and indeed just about finishing it right now, and either way I hope you find some useful information here. So I've divided, I suppose, the presentation up into a couple of steps, just what to do when you're looking into this. So step 1, what course do you want to take in Maynooth? So that's the first thing, obviously. Are you interested in Maynooth University? And obviously we hope you are. And research the university course you're interested in. And most importantly, check. Does it actually have a QQI entry route? Most of our courses do, but maybe not every one of them. So have a look and see what course is it you're interested in. Is it maybe a science course? Is it a general arts course? Is it a more specific course? So have a look at the different Maynooth courses and see which ones actually have a designated entry route that you can come into that course on the basis of your QQI results. So the question is, of course, how do you do that? Well, on to the next slide. So if you click in here to this link, you will see a list of all the courses that have a designated QQI link, that they have an entry route via QQI. So some wonderful courses, some really interesting things you might like to do. And if I move on again to the next slide, I've taken a copy and paste, just a small segment of this screenshot. So here we go. And remember, there's many more. This is just some, like biotechnology you might be interested in, or maybe more general science. Maybe it's media studies, maybe it's social science, psychology even as an entry route, and also of course our very popular Bachelor of Arts degree, I suppose one of the broadest degrees you can do with us. It has over 36 different subjects to pick from, where you can take business, you can And the next step, I suppose, I talked to you about a step process. So step 2, the course, maybe you're already doing a QQI course. Well, is it eligible? And it is very important for you to check that the course you are taking, the QQI course you are taking, is actually eligible for the Maynooth course you wish to take, because there are hundreds of different QQI courses and they're all very, very good, very practical, very good courses. However, they may not be in the right discipline. For example, if you're taking a QQI course in horticulture, that might not be eligible for a social science degree with us. So just have a look, and indeed if you haven't taken your QQI course yet, it's a very good idea to check your provider and look up maybe qualifax.ie and see where you can do a course that links into us. And of course, it doesn't matter where you take the course. It could be Dunboyne College of Further Education, it could be Cavan College of Further Education, you could be in West Cork, you could be in Donegal. That doesn't matter at all. It just matters the course code of what you're taking. So what QQI courses are eligible, and here's how to take a look. It's all on the website, but I just copied and pasted that MH101 arts degree, just some of the QQI courses that are eligible, but indeed there's far more than this. So you need to see the course code. For example, 5M2154 is a specific QQI course code, and that is on our list, so that is eligible. So it doesn't matter where in the country you're doing that course. If you're doing that course, great, it's eligible for the arts degree. And it's up to you to go ahead now and do that research and look it up online and just be sure that the course you're taking is eligible. What's the next step then? Well, you found the MU course that you want, you've checked there's a QQI entry route to that course, and you've checked the QQI course that you're doing and see that it's eligible. Well, the next step then, how to get your place and how to apply, is through the CAO, that's cao.ie, and you make your application through the CAO system. And the good news is that there are places reserved specifically for QQI applicants. The CAO season opens up in early November each year for places the following September in college. So you can make your application anytime between November and the 1st of February is normal closing date, but there's also a late closing date of the 1st of May. And then you can change your mind, of course, as to your CAO course preferences right up to the 1st of July. That's a change of mind facility. So I'm on to the next slide here, and you'll see, for example, in the MH101 arts degree, there's 175 places. So that's fantastic. But then look at psychology. So psychology is a far more competitive course. It's hard to get into because it's way smaller, the number of places in the class. So there's just 3 places reserved for QQI students. So it makes sense that it's going to be a lot harder to get one of those 3 places in psychology than it is to get the 175 places. And it really is all about supply and demand. The more people that want a specific course, the tougher it's going to be to get that course, because we're obviously going to take the people with the highest and best results. So I suppose we'd encourage you to keep your options open. Yes, if you want something really competitive, maybe like law or like psychology, wonderful, go for them. But maybe as another option, have something like the arts degree as well, or if you're interested in more that's science side, if you're looking for a specific science course. Also, as another preference, maybe have a general science course, and that just might keep some of your options open. Step 4 is, I suppose, then assessing how do you get your place then. So what QQI results do you need to be offered a year 1 place? Well, in a linked course, so a recognised course that's eligible for a Maynooth University course, you need to have got the full award. So that's your all 8 modules you must pass, and the minimum is that you have 5 distinctions. So that indeed makes you eligible, but not necessarily gives you a place, having those 5 distinctions. It is, again, a competitive entry process, and it will be all about supply and demand dictating the QQI points. So I suppose the better you do and the more distinctions you get, the better the chance, the higher the chance of you getting a place on the course you want. But indeed, and I already mentioned psychology, there will be some courses that are so competitive for the few QQI places that there are. Even people getting all 8 modules, all 8 distinctions, I should say, will not be able to get a place, and it'll go to random selection. So, and we certainly don't want you to be disappointed. So that's why, if you're applying for something like psychology, maybe also as a lower down preference, consider having something like the arts degree, where you can go in and actually take psychological studies as one of your subjects. So just to reiterate, the better you do in your results, the better the chance, the higher the chance of getting your place. Remember that some courses that you take with us, or indeed some subjects within some courses, will have a slight extra requirement, that it might be you need to have a specific grade in maths if you want to do a business course. You need Gaeilge to take Gaeilge with us, or indeed music. The maths grade, it can be taken maybe from a prior, if you've done a leaving cert and have a good maths grade from a previous year, we can pick that up, that's perfect. Or you would need to have a QQI maths distinction grade. But you will find all that information, indeed, if you've got a hard copy of our prospectus, or at the link that I already gave you to the QQI pages on our website. So just to be sure that if you're doing a science course or a business course, or indeed some of the subjects within arts, you will need to have a QQI distinction in maths, or indeed maths from the leaving cert at a certain grade. Okay. Step 5 then, and I suppose this is the good part, this is the happy part, being offered a place, and this is what it's all about. Hopefully you getting an offer of a year 1 place on the Maynooth University course that you want. So QQI students, I suppose they have their own round of offers in CAO, and that's called round 0, and it happens before round 1. So it's normally a few weeks before the leaving cert results come out. Now, obviously this year the whole timeline has changed, and we don't know the specific dates yet. They have not been set, but that's no need for you to be worried about that. Focus on finishing off your QQI course if you're doing one, doing as best you can in those results, and once you've made your CAO application, the rest will follow through. You don't have to do anything. The offer will be made through CAO. Once you applied through CAO, you will get the offer through CAO, and you make your acceptance. You actually accept it online through CAO, and then the next step is you would get a welcome email or welcome pack with some orientation information about when first year is starting and how to get registered. So that is how you get offered your place. And on to the last slide now, about I suppose contact details. So I hope you found that helpful. If you need any further information, again, my name is Sheila Purcell. I work in the admissions office, and my own email address is up the very front slide, and our general email address for the admissions office is admissions@mu.ie. Please feel free to contact us with any questions you might have, indeed on any of the courses, or to do with the QQI entry route. Thank you very much for your attention, and best of luck with your studies if you're continuing your studies. Bye bye now. Thank you.